All right, so I'm here to talk a little bit about how to complete your San Jose City College budget justification request. So all of the information is found in the How to Complete Budget Form tab, but I'm just going to go through the steps and show you an example of this. So the first thing you want to do is you want to start by selecting your dean in the drop-down menu. So if I go into my budget worksheet and I go into the division or administrative area, I click onto the drop-down menu on here and I choose the correct choice. In my case, it's the VP for Strategic Partnership and Workforce Innovation. And where it says, what is your department? I click onto the drop-down menu. And in my case, I pick 0700, which is Computer Information Systems. In your case, it'll be whatever your department obviously is. And then you need to put in a brief description of what your budget request is. So in our case, we are requesting funds to replace laptops, to take the existing desktops and replace them with laptops. So I said laptops to replace desktop computers in the lab. This type of expense, you click on the drop-down menu and you choose whether it's a personnel or non-personnel request. In this case, obviously, it's non-personnel because we're not hiring somebody. If you're hiring somebody, whether it's a full-time faculty person or an adjunct or associate professor, or if it's a classified professional, you'd want to choose personnel. Where it says estimated cost per unit, you want to put in the estimated cost. So in this case, we're estimating that a new laptop would be around $700. So we're saying 700. Where it says period, we want to know like approximately how often you're going to be requesting this type of expense. If it's a yearly expense, if it's a monthly expense, if it's a once every couple of years type of expense. So in this case, we're saying it's a 3 to 5 year type of situation. Quantity, how many do you need? So we said in this case, we need 30. And so when it adds it up, it's saying that that is $21,000. Sometimes it may show the formula. If it shows the formula, in order to toggle between formula mode and the computed mode, you want to hold down the control key and then press the accent button. It's the one that's in between the tab and the 1 on your keyboard. Or you can also go to formulas and formulas, and then click on show formulas in order to toggle. So again, you could do control accent, or you can go formulas and then show formulas. In the item category, you want to select the choice. So critical for operations are going to be things like materials and equipment or services that are required in order for the unit to operate. So the example that we usually provide is for like science lab consumables. If it's necessary to maintain quality services, that would be replacing broken or worn out materials or equipment, or purchasing newly required materials or equipment. If you choose the would directly improve student or area outcomes, this would include materials or equipment or services that directly improve the unit's ability to achieve outcomes. So for example, materials and equipment enhancing the ability to teach curriculum. If you wanted to choose would indirectly improve student or area outcomes, these would be materials, equipment, or services that indirectly improve the unit's ability to achieve outcomes. So examples would be like conference attendance or new furniture. The other choice is innovation, and that would be materials or equipment supporting innovation, such as new pedagogy or pilot projects that would be used in an instruction or service area. So in our case, we're saying that this is critical for operations because it's critical for students to be able to do their work in class. Is this a new budget request or baseline augmentation? And so you want to indicate if this is a new request. So either yes or no. Is this a one-time expense? Again, either yes or no. And again, is this required for compliance or operation? Again, either yes or no. And then under object category, the category under which the desired objects live. So since computers are $700, they're categorized as 56411, which is regular equipment. If it's capital equipment over 5,000, you want to choose either the 3-year or 8-year, or whatever the other type of object category it is. The next thing that you want to do is where it says describe how this aligns with your program review, or if it's a compliance requirement, provide the evidence for the specific needs. And this is where you want to explain how this matches with the program review. The next part talks about the alignment with the ISLOs or the GELOs, and they are all listed in here. And so you want to indicate how this aligns with the with them. So communication would be students will communicate effectively using reading, writing, speaking, and listening. Critical and analytical thinking, students will analyze problems using evidence and sound reasoning to make decisions. Global awareness and social justice is students will demonstrate an awareness of social, economic, ecological, historical, or cultural differences and their implications. Number 4 is personal responsibility, ethics, and civility. So students will demonstrate personal and civic responsibility and professional integrity. Number 5 is technology. Students will utilize technology effectively for informational, academic, personal, and professional needs. And number 6 is aesthetics and creativity. Students will develop an appreciation of the arts and engage in the creative process. So for my case, I chose technology and global awareness and social justice because students need to be able to have computers, and the social justice component would be, not everybody can afford to buy a new computer, and so we want to have machines available for our students to use, at least when they are in class. The next part then is the alignment with the institutional goals. And the alignment with the institutional goals, there are 5 goals. Number 1 is the college will pursue academic and career education pathways to increase higher education in the communities we serve. Goal number 2 is the college will pursue academic excellence, equitable student services, and workforce innovation to increase student retention, transfer, certificate, and degree completion and employment. Goal number 3 is the college will promote and strengthen community and industry partnerships to advance socioeconomic opportunity and racial equity. Goal number 4 is the college will strengthen and sustain diversity, equity, and inclusion to humanize education and dismantle systemic racism. And goal number 5 is the college will enhance institutional effectiveness to foster a collegial environment for all constituencies and sustain quality academic and student services programs. So in my case, I chose goals 1, 2, 4, and 5 because I think those are the ones that are appropriate for our case. And once we do that, we need to first of all put in all of our requests that we want to have for all of the various different things. So I just did one out of many things that I'm going to be requesting. And then we need to submit it to the deans so that the deans can review all of the requests. And then so that the VP can look at it and make their recommendations based on what the deans recommend. And the deans were requesting that the deans submit their reviews by Halloween, and that we're requesting the VPs to review by mid-November. And the deans will rank things that are at a critical level from 1, which is the highest level, and to however many items there are in the request. So if there are 50 items on the request, then they would be ranked 1 through 50. And again, those rankings will be sent to the vice president by October 31st. And then the deans are asked to prepare a summary of the budget request to the finance committee so that we can review it in February of 2024. The VPs are going to be doing the same type of thing as what the deans are doing. They're going to review what the deans have done and again rank 1 to however many items there are from the deans. So again, if there are 50 things from the deans, that'll be 1 to 50. And then we would like the deans to discuss, the VPs rather, to discuss any budget ranking changes with the dean or director prior to November 15th, and then to complete the VP approval ranking by November 15th and submit that to the finance committee. So that is the how to fill out the budget request form for 2023. Thanks for watching.